Ever feel like exercise just doesn't work for you? You try, you push, but instead of energy, you just end up feeling tired and sore. You're not broken, you just might need a gentler approach. In this latest Walk and Learn, we're going to unpack that and why some people, exercise just doesn't give them the high that it gives other people like me, and how you might be able to shift your mindset to finally make movement feel good. So put in that earbud, lace up those tennis shoes, and let's walk and learn. All right, let's get started with a warm-up. Just real quick, if you are glancing at where I'm at San Alejo State Beach. It's south of Carlsbad, north of Del Mar in San Diego. We've actually camped at the south end of where I'm going to be doing this walk, and we might get to it today. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take me to get through the topic of the day, which is when exercise isn't helping you meet your goals. But what I'd like you to do is start walking with me, start warming up. I'm going to set my timer so I stay on track. We're going to be we'll warm up for about 2 minutes as I describe where I'm at, and we'll start digging into the topic, unpack this topic, kind of why some women don't feel the exercise high and don't see the results they're expecting, and what we can do instead. That was my research. What possibly could be going on, but of course what we can do to take some action. So you're warming up, listening to your body. This is the perfect time to check in, see how things are feeling. How are your shoes feeling? How's your posture doing? Do you need to stop and get a little bit of a stretch before we go on? We will do a sort of a medium walk after the warm-up, and then I'm going to ask you to push yourself for 1 minute. As you see, I'm on the beach. It's an absolutely beautiful day. It was 90 degrees inland, so I got to the beach, which it was about 20 degrees cooler than where I was at here. Anyway, so let's talk about this. This was an actual message and comment that I got from a member. She's, I swear, I don't have one athletic bone in my body. She started the email off with a question, and then the sentence was, "Excuse me, I'm going to rant," and I laughed about that. She went on to say she's never felt good from exercise, even when she was younger. Never got that dopamine hit. Never felt like it boosted her mood. Didn't help her sleep. Didn't change her body. Didn't help her weight. And it often just made her feel tired. And she wondered, am I the only one that feels like this? And that has been the theme of the Be Healthy Enough community. If one person's feeling something, somebody else is definitely feeling that. And it's what makes this community so amazing is we're all going through these things together. Maybe a little bit different for some. For me, I've loved exercise. To be honest, I was never athletic. Okay, we're going to go for 2 minutes, just at a nice, steady walk pace. You'll hear that little timer, and it will distract me a bit, and I'll have to get back on track. I apologize in advance. I've got my notes on one side, my timer on here. I'm watching the beach scene on my computer where I'm editing this. So this is, I love to do this. I want to make this fun for you to get out and walk and learn something as opposed to just reading some boring blog. Anyway, so I've always never been athletic. I'm tall. I'm almost 5'10". And everybody said, "Why didn't you play basketball?" Because I was very uncoordinated. I did not like sports. I did not like PE. I was not really active other than my family was an outdoorsy. We would go hiking. I loved to hike even since I was a little tiny girl. Go out hiking out near March Air Force Base where I grew up, not a soul around. I had a dream of being able to live somewhere where I could walk out my door and go hiking, and I have that dream right now. Or I can go to the beach and go hiking, or to the mountains and go hiking, or to some other park and go hiking. I loved that aspect, but being athletic and competing, I did not like that. And in fact, even exercise, I remember doing sit-ups, because I hated my belly even when I was a little girl. I hated my body. I wasn't happy with it. I was either too thin or too fat of a belly, too skinny of an ankles, too tall, too lanky. And then I started gaining weight in college. I put on the freshman 30 instead of the freshman 15. So that's when I started working out. I wouldn't call it competitive. But I started to get into liking how exercise made me feel. It made me feel stronger. I took a weight training class. Now we're going to do 1 minute of high intensity. You can do a little jog if you want. This is first just starting out, so maybe just a quick pace for 1 minute. Walking heel, toe, shoulders back and down, nice posture. Chin up if you can, not down. Squeezing those glutes as you push off. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Breathing in, you're halfway there. Pushing yourself. This is high intensity interval training. It's great for kicking in those endorphins, if you can do it. And just getting that heart pumping, getting the blood circulating, getting a smile on your face. 15 more seconds. Push, 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 push. And what was I talking about? Oh, me. I was talking about me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So then I took a weight training class in college, and I looked in the mirror one day after about a couple weeks of lifting weights, and I saw my biceps and my chest muscles bulging. They weren't bulging, but I could see them. I felt strong. And since then, I have been addicted to it. Love the way exercise makes me feel. Love the endorphins. I do get that exercise high. I would have to say I overdid it a bit, and I saw the negative side of exercise, got a little compulsive. I trained for a marathon and did a marathon, killed my body. I wish I hadn't done that because my knees are a little more sore than they would be if I had not pushed myself so hard. And that's kind of one of the reasons I called my company Be Healthy Enough, is because I truly know deep down is it can't be too much and it can't be too little. It just needs to be enough. Anyway, so let's talk about what's going on. Let's first release that we're not broken, we're just human. We gotta get rid of that guilt and comparison, because not everybody reacts the same way to exercise. Some people get, like me, get that runner's high after 5 minutes. If you watch my workout videos, you'll see that. I gotta turn off my notifications on my phone. That was my phone, not yours. Don't look at it. Others need weeks or months before their body starts to respond in noticeable ways. Some never ever feel that endorphin rush. And we talked about that in our group call, and that's okay. Some people will never get that. Exercise isn't one size fits all. It's not just about the workout itself. It's about your unique biology, your history, your mindset, and your recovery needs. First part of what is going on is that brain chemistry I talked about in my last Walk and Learn, about why things don't feel the same when we get older. Here we are, we're in our 1 minute interval to walk fast. So pick up the pace. If you want to go into a nice little bone building jog, you can, if it doesn't hurt your knees. You're going to go at your own pace, just picking it up just a little bit. If you're on a treadmill, you can maybe go up in speed or up in incline and get a little bit more of a push. We're going to revisit those neurotransmitters while you're here, in case you didn't watch that Walk and Learn. The neurotransmitters are called dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, and they play a huge role in motivation and how we feel after movement. If your levels are naturally lower, which can happen as we age, with stress or genetics, your brain might not release the same surge of those feel-good chemicals after exercise. I'm going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now walk at a nice pace for just 2 minutes, taking some breaths and slowing down, maybe even stopping for a stretch if you need to. And add in menopause to all of this, which affects our hormones, how they're balanced, and neurotransmitter production, and that exercise high can feel completely out of reach. So that is definitely your brain, not you. It's not you're being lazy. But here's the thing, even if you don't feel that internal reward, your body is still reaping the benefits. Your blood sugar, your heart, your brain, your bones, your muscles are all responding in positive ways, whether your mood catches up or not, or your external body is seeing any results. So even if you're not losing weight, you're not seeing some muscles, clothes aren't fitting a little better, your blood sugar is being impacted in a positive way. Your heart, your cardiovascular system, your brain, and your bones and your muscles, they are responding. Don't even think for a moment that they're not. The second reason this can all be happening to you and why you're thinking exercise isn't working is you might be doing too much or the wrong type. Keep going. You're going at a slow pace for about 30 more seconds. Many women think more is better. Longer workouts, higher intensity, extra cardio. But if your system is already under stress emotionally, hormonally, physically, those workouts might be pushing you further into depletion rather than being of benefit to you. All right, you're going to go into a high intensity interval in 3, 2, 1. 1 minute, here we go. Heel toe. Taking a deep breath, pushing with your glutes, shoulders back and down, abs slightly engaged, chin up, gazing down, not looking down. Exercise is a stressor. You're stressing your body in this high intensity interval. The right amount builds you up, too much breaks you down. And it's a science experiment to figure it out for yourself. If you often feel wiped out instead of energized after exercise, it's a sign that your nervous system needs a gentler approach. More low impact movement, lighter weights, shorter sessions. You may need to be an exercise snack girl, not a go all out 3 or 4 times a week girl. That's okay. That's just who you are. Now go past for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice walk, 2 minutes slow. All right. In my programs, I often remind you of this. You don't have to do more. You just have to do what works for you. I'm going to say this, you're going to hear it over and over again for me. You do you. You don't do me. You try not to push and do what I'm doing because you're not me. And it's evident in the ways you feel after exercise. Okay. So action for you in this realm is try trading out. Again, we're going to talk about all these actions, maybe summarize them at the end to create your own science experiment. For 1 week or 2, try trading out one high effort workout for a 10-minute walk, a gentle stretch, or a Pilates flow. Sometimes less intensity creates more results. Number 3 is what might be going on for you as you walk in a nice slow pace. You can glance at the beach around me. I'm walking. There's so many surfers out. It was beautiful. Recovery is where the magic happens. You don't get stronger during your workout. Did you hear me say that? Your workouts are not what's making you stronger. You get stronger when you recover from a workout. When you're exercising and building a muscle mass, you're breaking it down so that when you rest, it recovers and gets stronger. If you don't give yourself the adequate rest your body needs, it's just going to be in breakdown mode. So you're going to feel like crap. So you need that recovery time. It's interesting. I used to work out, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the gym at HP, giving myself 1 day. I truly give myself 2 days in between. All right, we're going to go for another minute round. Ready? Let's go. If you don't want to do that, if your body's saying, no, I want to keep going at my own pace, you do you, okay? If your sleep is poor, which can happen in menopause, your nutrition is lacking, you're under chronic stress from a job, aging parents, kids, husbands that are not doing well, pets that aren't doing well, financial problems, what other things happen as we get older. Your own aches and pains or a poor health diagnosis, it's all stress. Your muscles never get a chance to rebuild. And over time, that leads to fatigue, sometimes chronic fatigue, poor performance, and feeling like nothing's changing, because it isn't. You're in a chronic state of survival mode. Recovery isn't optional. It's a pillar of progress. Here's what helps, and here's some actions as we finish up that fast one and go at a slow pace. Take a deep breath in, stretch if you need to. It's a couple things that helps. A little bit of action for you now is to prioritize protein at each meal. It really, truly does support muscle repair and can keep your energy steadier, okay? Getting sleep, trying your best. I'd like to put that above protein. Try to figure out sleep. If you could do nothing for 1 week except focus on what's going on with your sleep. I just listened to another podcast about sleep, and that was number one. It's not easy. It's super hard, but do what you can. And then build in rest and recovery days. And add in calming activities like deep breathing or meditation or a quiet time if you can. Those are some things that help and actions for recovery days. I've got 2 more topics. Let's see how we're doing. Walking slow. We're about 15 minutes in. I'm going to try to go for about 5-10 more minutes. We'll see. There's 2 more things we want to tap in areas where I dug in to try to understand this more. And mindset came up as a big redefining moment, or how it can redefine your results. And here's the really hard truth. If your only measure of success is the scale or visible muscle tone, you're going to always feel like you're coming up short. And that's kind of what I was hearing from this member, is that she was looking for that weight loss. She was looking for that muscle definition or that external feeling. All right, take a breath. We're going to go for a minute longer if you'd like. Deep breath in and deep breath out. But exercise does so much more, and we need to really, really flip that. Once we hit 50, once we hit menopause, it's so much more than your appearance. It improves what I talked about earlier, blood flow, blood sugar, your brain. It strengthens your bones. It boosts your immunity. It helps balance hormones. It helps support your joints. It helps you be able to do the things you love, so it can be this amazing circle and ripple effect. But that scale may not budge. Those muscles may not look different, but trust me, you're doing something different. Now push hard for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Even if you don't see these benefits, they are happening beneath the surface. Trust me, they are. If you're being honest with yourself too, I know some people tell me they're exercising, but they're not. And I want you to pause and take a moment. And are you truthful about what you're really doing? Or are there many days that you press play, watch for a few minutes, and then just give up and sit down? It could be that you don't feel good. That's true. This might not be the workout program for you. But are you giving up and not trying? Where am I at? And the moment you start, I suspect, this is what I suspect would happen is the moment you start focusing on how you want to feel rather than how you want to look, things change. So let's try to reframe this as in the last minute of this slow, and we're going to do another minute of fast. Instead of after exercising for a week or 2 or doing one of my challenges or one of my programs, did I lose weight? Ask, am I moving with less stiffness now? Those are hard things to measure. That scale is a quantitative measure. How you're feeling is qualitative. So that's when I want you to start trying to experiment and get better at that qualitative feeling. Instead of, am I getting stronger? Am I lifting heavier weights like Amy says I need to do? I've graduated from my baby 3s to my 5s or my 8s. That's a real quantitative measure. Instead of that, am I doing more without pain? That's a qualitative. Instead of, I'm not athletic. Ask yourself, I'm going to pause. Actually, no. I'm going to ask yourself, am I consistent and kind to my body as we move through a quick 1-minute high-intensity interval? Push heel toe. Take a breath. Feel the blood coursing through your body. Smile. Walk proud. Walk tall. Push those shoulder blades back. Engage that core a little bit. Squeeze those glutes a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Push. I'm going to grab a sip of water. Breathe 15 more seconds and push yourself. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and walk slowly. Good. All right, last little piece, but back to that mindset. See what you can do. I'd love if you did this for a week. In fact, stop getting on the scale, stop measuring your weights, and see, journal every night or when you wake up how you're feeling. Pain, stiffness, and consistency. Give yourself that. I just moved today. No, I did Amy's strong workout. I lifted heavy weights. I pushed myself really hard. Did you just move a little bit? And I want you to see if that changes your mindset and you start noticing wins that you've never saw before, okay? The last piece a little bit is just reality check here. Some bodies just respond differently. You are not, I may never understand the people that don't love exercise. And you're never gonna, if you don't love exercise, you're never gonna get me, okay? You're never gonna get those people that love it and just respond to my challenges and just kick ass in those challenges. That is okay. It's not everybody's the same. Not everybody's changes are gonna be the same way, okay? Some people build muscle quickly. Others take months to see progress. Genetics, hormones, body type, and past injuries all play a role. But different doesn't mean doomed. It just means you're different. It just means you might need to experiment to find the mix of movement, rest, and nutrition that help you feel your best. You may never, ever love exercise itself, may never love my workouts, but you might love what it allows you to do. Climb stairs, travel, play with your grandchildren, get out on a beach walk with me. I'm at the end of the beach here. Feel confident in your body. I have to tell you this story. This is going to be our last 1-minute interval. Push hard as I tell you the story of Barb. She's been a member since 2021. Has dealt with, Barb, if you're listening, I'm just so amazed by you, dealt with some major health setbacks. But she, the other day, has told me, she just sent me a message. She had a 26-day streak in the Be Healthy Enough membership. Every time you exercise, you get a streak. You get 2 days grace if you have to miss it. But if you exercise every day, you're going to build up a streak. And so many streaks, days of exercise, you get badges. And members just love that. It's just so cute. I just love that. And she had to go on vacation, she was going to help watch her grandbaby. And she was worried that she wasn't going to be able to do any exercises. But oh my God, she got those exercises done because she was walking, walk slow please. She was lifting up her grandbaby. She was walking with her grandbaby. She was going to be doing so much active. I said, that is exercise, but she was worried about not actually pressing play. That was a huge difference from when she first started. Granted, she still doesn't like it. Granted, she still struggles seeing a difference in her body. She knows she needs it and she keeps doing it, and I'm so proud of her. So we're going to come on to the down slope of this walk. This will be our last 2 minute, and we're going to cool down a little bit. What I tell my members when someone says exercise doesn't work for me, my first question is, what are you expecting it to do? Is your goal to feel better, sleep better, stay strong enough to live the life you love? Exercise is working no matter what you're doing. As long as you're not sitting around all day, you're getting up and moving. You're playing and watching your grandkids. You're going out for this walk with me. It is working. You just might not be feeling the fireworks that you're expecting, or the fireworks you hear on social media that you think you need to be seeing. And that's okay, because sometimes the quiet kind of progress, the kind that shows up in daily life, is the most meaningful to all of us, okay? It's the most meaningful of all. So are you ready to shift your mindset? If you're feeling stuck, start with small, doable exercise. This is the action. If you're listening to this in November, do what you can do is our November calendar. We've got 10-minute workouts on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 of them. So you can do 1, you can do 2, you can do 3, you can do all 4. But it's your chance to learn how to listen to your body, help rediscover a movement that feels good, feels right for your body and your season of life. Because I've got cardio, upper body, lower body, and core. 3 days a week that you get to choose from. Walk slow. All right. Let's finish up with a little bit of a cool down. In fact, I think I'm going to put on, if you do want to watch, I'm going to put on a view of the ocean, just staring at the ocean. And for 2 minutes, let's do a quick cool down. I want you to be, when you're done, I want you to take a little action before we cool down. Once you're done, get out your notes or something, and I want you to think about 3 things that you're going to do this week. To try to move your body and think of it differently, not about the measure of weight or the weight you're lifting, but how it's making you feel. Bring 1 foot back and stretch out your calf. Take a deep breath in. Oh, I'm so proud of you for getting out and walking with me. Now I want you to bring that back foot in and stretch the front leg out. The heel is on the ground, your toe is up. Sink down and stretch out your hamstring. Take a deep breath in. Then bring that front foot back and stretch out that back calf. You can look at the ocean now. I might even have the ocean sound on just a little bit in the background. And then bring that back foot in and that front heel up, down, toe up, stretch out the hamstring. Now bring your arms all the way up to the sky. Reach to the sky, take a deep breath in, stretch side to side. Reach your shoulders up to the sky. Roll your shoulders around. Deep breath in and out and in and out. And you did it. The timer is done. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have a comment or you had an aha, let me know in the comments below, or later on, let me know what actions you're going to take. Are any learnings that you have that relate to you and how you're feeling about exercise and what you're measuring as your success for exercise. If this helped you move your body today, just imagine what we can do together. Come try the full Be Healthy Enough experience with a 7-day free trial. I'm going to put the link in the description below. And also, if you haven't already, be sure you've subscribed to this channel, turn on your notifications, especially if you're a woman over 50 and want to keep doing what you love for as long as possible. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. Bye.